So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video guys. And yeah, spoilers for chapter 271 are finally out yesterday. And we got our hands on 5 spoilers, and they are very random. I'm very eagerly waiting for the official release of this chapter. Just to remind you guys, what we are seeing now in the manga is basically a flashback known as Shinichiro's arc in the middle of the battlefield. When Mikey revealed to Takemichi for the first time that his elder brother Shinichiro is a time leaper. Then we are introduced to a timeline known as the original timeline. Shinichiro couldn't save his brother even after trying his very best. Then being frustrated and angry, he goes to a bar with his ex-gang member Wakasa. And hears about time travel power for the first time from some random delinquents. He is intrigued to know more about the time leaper. And thus after beating the group Black and Blue, he asks about the supposedly time leaper's address, who happens to be an old homeless man. In my last video we discussed the leak panels shared by Ken Wakui-sensei, where we see Shinichiro meeting someone in a tunnel. And now, we get these spoilers regarding which I have really interesting theories, but before discussing it, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So basically in this video, I'm going to talk more about that mysterious old man after we learn about Shinichiro's past. I think the Bonton arc is very important and relevant to the story. Now coming to the most hyped leak from yesterday. What do you guys think about this leak? And let me know below so we can discuss this amongst ourselves. We see a leak that no one of us expected. We see the rear side of a man's head. His hair is just wild. After seeing this, we are sure that it's the old man character, the original time leaper, as we all know. But what we don't know is who this person is. Since the release of the last chapter, many theories have been circulating about who the time leaper could be. And the leaker did not reveal his name. Yeah, otherwise it will ruin the experience of expecting an official chapter. Anyway. Now, after seeing this, I really don't think it can be Hanma by any means. Also, as many of you guys said that Hanma doesn't have that kind of personality that he'll let random delinquents hit him. So yeah, however old or broke he is, he will not just accept defeat at any cost. Hanma is a proud man, he'll definitely create a ruckus. But, if you ask me, I think this is Takemichi. So this is where I want to talk about some of the important things that happened in Bonton arc. After this, we will discuss about the old man again. I don't know if you all remember or not, but in chapter 201 in Bonton arc, something similar happened. In this panel, we see Takemichi's dedication to look out for Mikey after he finds out Mikey's videotape. In chapter 200, through the videotape, Mikey explicitly warned Takemichi to stay away from him in the future because he's very sure that he'll bring misfortune to those he holds close. So coming back to chapter 201, we see that he is getting hit by other random delinquents in an alley. When he inquires about Mikey, he is so very desperate to meet him that he gets into fights with numerous unknown gang members. And in return gets kicked and punched by them. Even Kazutora, being Mikey's childhood friend, asks Takemichi to stop this madness. In the same chapter, we see this panel. We see a strange person eavesdropping on their conversation from behind. Since his face was not revealed, so we don't really know who he is. Many of you say it's Sanzu. But according to me it's not him. I know, some of you guys remember that Hanma always wears this kind of coat, as in episode 12 of the anime. When Hina was in the car and Takemichi went to the washroom, he met the time skip Hanma. There he couldn't recognize Hanma. As usual, as he didn't meet him in any of the past timelines yet. And wonders what kind of weird person he is. As Hanma was talking to himself. After he realized Takemichi was not in the car. In this scene, Hanma was wearing a similar coat as we saw in this panel. And moreover, I think you guys will agree with me that we talk too much about Hanma. But trust me, I just can't wait to see if he really plays any important role in the story or not. Don't you guys think that it'll be really nice if this scene is actually a foreshadowing for something in the upcoming chapters yet to come? However, finally, the panel which I shared in my story yesterday. In this panel, we see that everything is connected. Everything comes together. Check out what Sanzu tells Takemichi, holding him at a gunpoint. He says that Takemichi is a shit who just couldn't stop stinking up everything in the past. And calls him a slime. When the chapter was released, we were confused as to why Sanzu says such things. But maybe, now the whole picture is becoming clear to us. If Takemichi is the old homeless man in the original timeline, then we know why Sanzu called him a slime in the Bonton timeline. Takemichi is shocked to hear that this unknown person holding a gun at him who was actually Sanzu also knew about the past. So definitely, now we know that Sanzu knew something related to Takemichi from the past. Anyway, more will be revealed to us soon. I'm sure not only me, but many of you think this too, that the old homeless man we keep talking about is none other than Takemichi. Takemichi is portrayed like a character who gets hit easily and allows others to hit him without much protest. So in my opinion, I feel that it's most probably Takemichi. Because the gang was discussing hitting the old person and making fun of him by disrespecting him. And the old man didn't show any resistance. Not hurting the sentiments of Takemichi fans out there, but he's not the kind of character who's the first one to pick a fight. He usually is hesitant to fight back unless push really comes to shove. Like I said at the beginning of the video. In Bonton arc. Something similar happened. So when those delinquents from the bar were hitting him inside a tunnel, he didn't protest much. Or might be because he was frail and sick in the original timeline. Also, there might be another theory. I feel Takemichi looks homeless. Because, after traveling back and forth through so many timelines and so many multiverse, multiple number of times he lost his sanity. He was helpless as he couldn't understand what was going on around him. And might have lost touch with his trigger as well. If this is true, then it'll be really disheartening to see him so miserable like this. Maybe he traveled a lot of timelines to save Mikey. And finally got stuck in the original timeline, by accident or intentionally. Where Shinichiro is alive at last. In the past timelines, Takemichi's trigger was Naruto and Mikey. So since in the original timeline, Mikey is dead and we don't know what happened to Naruto. But maybe something happens between them. And he loses contact with Naruto in the original timeline. Thus his time-leaping ability comes to a halt. Many of you commented on my video that Takemichi will go back in time to save Mikey from his dark impulse by going to a timeline where Shinichiro is not killed by Kazutora. Maybe Takemichi bought himself to this timeline on purpose. There are so many possibilities of happening so many things. Anyway. Finally, I also want to talk about this leaked page. So like Mikey said, dark impulse born out of love. So as you can see in the picture here. Has something happened to Shinichiro? And his eyes are blank like Mikey's. I don't know if it's actually dark impulse. Shinichiro first reminded me of Bonton Mikey. And now, he reminds me of Kanto Manji Mikey. Because it was only in this final arc that we got to know more about the dark impulse better. I personally think this is where Shinichiro first gets his powers. But I still don't know why his eyes are like that. I'm looking forward to Tuesday for chapter 271, as there will be so many mind-blowing mysteries that are going to be revealed in the next chapter. And I'm sure it's gonna be insane. So anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.